Welcome to week 8 and 9 because as explained in earlier videos, I didn't do last week's videos. Mental health weekend, okay? Anyways, welcome to week 8 and 9, Claw. This is your cool lifestyle and wellness. This is the part of the week where I'm going to spotlight something that's helped me in my journey. It could be a product, it could be an app, it could be a YouTube creator, and it could be a whole program. If it made my life easier, healthier, or kept me from spiraling into a full gremlin mode, it goes into Claw. I just want to let you know that these are, this week we are going to cover yoga mats. These are just the mats and accessories that I've either personally purchased or received through a program. It's not, just like a program, we'll talk about that in a second, or it's been a gift from my family. I'm sharing my own experience with them, good or bad. They're my unbiased, full truth. I am not sponsored. I'll always let you know if that ever happens. I doubt it, but just to give you a heads up, this is me. Okay. Let's see here. The other thing I want to let you know is that all these mats and things I'm going to tell you about, except for one of the things, they either came from a program or they basically came from TJ Maxx. I don't really shop at TJ Maxx, but they have some great exercise stuff when you can find them. Yeah, I'm not lying. But anyways, you can literally get yoga mats and a lot of these things basically everywhere. You can get different thicknesses, different materials, different prices. There's something for everybody and every budget, okay? Because I haven't bought any of mine from Amazon, except for one thing, which isn't actually a yoga mat. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, we all know that Amazon's usually my go-to, but because other than the one thing that we're going to go over, I don't exactly have like links to any of these, if that makes sense, other than the Hinge Health, which I'll link that, of course. That's a program. But I will at least try to find, like, when you see pictures that I'll put up here with the prices and stuff and the links I have below, those were like some things I can find at least close to what I have. So you can see around about where it is there, but you can always, look up things and find whatever thicknesses and stuff that you want. So I'll have some Amazon options for you. They just let you know, other than I'll let you know which one's from Amazon, none of these actually come from there. So yeah. So let's talk about some yoga mats and different, two of them aren't actually a yoga mat, but they're close enough. Anyway, you'll see. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually from Hinge Health. Now you'll probably see this mat again whenever I do the Hinge Health video one of these weeks. But one of the things I got, at least from then, I do want you to know from these programs, whenever I talk about programs and stuff I've gotten from these programs, this was a little over a year ago, or somewhere around there. And so I'm pretty sure that Hinge Health still sends you a yoga mat and all that good stuff. But it might depend on your insurance, it might depend on different things, or it just might be across the board. And of course, Hinge Health, I'll try and look a little further into it to see if I can find a little more information, but Hinge Health is basically covered by your insurance. I don't know if they have a personal program or anything, but that's all. Again, that's a whole different thing we're going to talk about, is the, what am I trying to say? Is the program itself. That'll be a completely different video. But for today, we're going to talk about the yoga mat. Now, this was the very, very first yoga mat I got. It's green. I don't know if they're still green. Again, they might changed it. This one is thinner than a lot of the ones I've seen. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and show you. So it's a fairly thin one. It's okay. It's green. I'm 5'9". It is longer than me, so that's good. It's lightweight, it's easy to roll out, and it got me through the early days of my stretching and my physical therapy. So this is, if you are good with just, if you join Hinge Health and you find this yoga, you don't get another one. There's a few reasons I had to get another one. Now, one of them is, like I said, it was kind of thin, which is usually fine, but I have very bad knees, and me being on my knees hurts a lot, and to get up, I was having some problems, so I kind of wanted like some thicker material and stuff like that. I just kind of upgraded. Hey, you know what? This is great though. This is, like I said, nothing against this. It just, sometimes you gotta find something for you. The second reason, and I don't know if y'all can see this, I'm gonna put that there, is that my cat Kagome thinks that this is on her own personal scratching post. Now it just looks like it survived war. Thank you, little she's a little tortie cat. She just, I don't know why, but yeah. So that's the reason I got a new yoga mat after this. But why do I still have it? I do still use it, depending on what depending on what I'm using it for, different things. It does still work. It's just a little beat up. Of course, it's sentimental. That was my first yoga mat. I love my first yoga mat. So that's so just to let you know, for anybody that joins Hinge Health, if they do still offer it and if it hasn't changed, that is the yoga mat. Again, you'll probably see that again in a different video. The other one I'm going to show you is one I got from TJ Maxx. The unfortunate is I don't remember the price. I don't, and I gave up trying to look at the TJ Maxx site a long time ago. And I'm not going into TJ Maxx if I don't have to be perfectly honest with you, but it's this pretty blue one. So I like this one. They don't have, I remember when I was younger, they used to have like a whole wall, well, at least the one that was where I lived at the time, had like a whole wall of yoga mats and all this exercise stuff. And then at least the one next to me, I don't know about y'all, you kind of find it in like this little section, like literally like maybe the middle, like a little, whatever. I didn't have much to choose from. That's okay. But this one was pretty cool. So this one's thicker. So I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I'll just undo this. Sorry, y'all. But this one is thicker, so it's a little bit easier on my knees. I'll put this back together later. All right, so let's see here. That's the thickness there. Okay. It does have, for me, I did like the design on it. This one's had more of a, well, that one's just, the Hinge Health one was just like a green mat, says little Hinge Health on the side. This one has more of like this flower design to show you part of it. The other thing I liked about it is when you roll it up, well, the thing that you just saw me take off, it does come with that. The Hinge Health one did not, and I use a bag for that. I'll show you the exercise bag one of these days. It comes with this very simple little thing, and what it is you just roll it up, and then you just Velcro it, and it keeps it rolled up. Yeah. Want to know the best part about this mat? My cats haven't destroyed it yet. That's a miracle, a blessing, and a sign from the universe. I like my yoga mat. All right. Those are actually the only two yoga mats I want to show you, even though I know this is the yoga mats video. The other ones are just kind of things that kind of, to me, went along with it. The next one, I'm actually going to show you I got from TJ Maxx. I want to show you some little things I did to it. This is what I put under my yoga mat. And it does come, when I got from TJ Maxx, it came with 4 of these, and they're basically puzzle mats. And again, they're thickness, good thickness. They're squishy, it's good. I know you see this, what this is I got some, it's like this tape that you put on there, and it has this rough surface. Be very careful if you do this, because I had one day, because this, on both sides, one kind of keeps it to the rug so it doesn't slide around as much, and the other one is so my yoga mat goes on top of it so it doesn't slide around as much. Well, my yoga mat had come off, and I wasn't paying attention. I put my elbow down and went like this, and I literally, scraped up my elbow so bad. But it's like, I guess this is something that people might put on well, back in the 90s, might put on skateboards or something like that. It's just a rough surface, basically. So I put this on here. It was just some tape I got, but yeah. But basically what they do is you can interlock them together. It's long enough to go underneath my yoga mat. This is nice thing. I set it up so I can do that. And it makes it, with this underneath my yoga mat, it makes it a lot easier for me to do floor exercises and stuff like that, because I can get up, I can kneel down, like if I'm doing push-ups or something like that, without my knees like having an absolute panic attack. The great bad thing about these is, I mean, granted, my other yoga mat's still useful, even though Kagome scratched it all up. All of these, all 4 of mine, have this little thing here. I'm just gonna share you my journey. These little brats, in case you have a cat. I don't know what this thing is made of, but yeah. However, these are now kind of sort of not really falling apart, just have edges, squishy, just have edges that are all torn up because in my house, one of my cats, Keiki, my little black fluffy brat, he seems to think that they're food. I tried putting them up, apparently not that well, and then I catch him like literally, he's a big cat, and he stretches up his neck like a little giraffe. He's ripping off a chunk, and then he sits there for a second, and then he just spits it out like, nah, it's nasty, but you know what, I'll try again later. And he keeps trying, and I keep catching him, and when I'm not catching him, I'm finding little foam chunks all around my living room. Thanks, Keiki. So yeah, you know, some cats just like weird things. So if you have cats, just if they start doing that, I'd put it in a better place than I do, at least. Anyway, yeah. Let's go on to the next thing. Again, not a yoga mat, but these. Why do I put this in the yoga mat? Because basically I use this with my yoga mat. My mom got me these before I got the thicker yoga mats, and I still use them. And what they are is they're like knee pads, basically. So that way, what I was doing at first was with my Hinge Health things, I would just put them on the ground and put my knees on them because they're nice and squishy. And they haven't been destroyed yet. Thank you. Anyways, what these things are amazing for, they're amazing for any exercises that require you to be on your knees. They're amazing if you have them with you when you're sitting on a hard surface. My front porch is made of concrete. Every once in a while, like we have a litter robot, and every once in a while we need to clean this thing out, like clean it. And so I'll sit on my porch and I'll just get some soapy water and I'll clean it. Me getting up off said concrete porch, no. So I've actually learned I bring these things with me, so whenever I need to get up or something like that, I put them down and I get up. What else is, of course, the same concrete porch. You know, I'm either cleaning out there, or I'll even sit down because we have a bunch of strays that come over, so I'll sit down so I can pet them, spend some time with them, and then I gotta get back up. Yeah. The other thing, the bathtub, believe it or not. Yes, I bring these with me to the bathtub. I am not a big take a bath person, like showers only, stand up. But every once in a while, a nice, hot, long bath sounds and feels good. However, who here with knees that hurt, like, I mean, little like things on top, I don't know, I should probably get that checked out. Like, getting out of the bathtub is a whole different dramatic story. Yeah. These actually make it survivable. So basically when I need to get up out of this bathtub, I do put these in. They're wet. Don't get me wrong, they're foam. But I use these, I get up out of the bathtub, and then I just kind of hang them up somewhere, like a little thing. I have a little place, and just let them dry, and I get on with my life. So these have made that nice, warm, soothing bath even nicer, that my knees aren't now hurting after the nice, warm, soothing bath. So yeah, these things are absolutely amazing if you garden, if you're outside, if you exercise, if anything that you need to do on your knees and you're a person, especially if you're a person, I mean, if you're not a person like me, you just want some extra cushion. Yeah, I got them at TJ Maxx. These things are absolutely amazing, and I can't wear like the little strap-on knee pad things. They actually hurt my knees. So these things have been absolutely life-saving. Thank you, Mom, who got this for me, by the way. Now, so there's those, and then the last thing we're going to talk about is actually this. What is this? It looks like a towel. That's because it is. This actually did get on Amazon. So what this is, it's a yoga towel. A lot of people are going to use it for, like, I guess hot yoga. You sweat, you know. I like it. So, okay, first I'm going to tell you why it's a yoga towel. So it should be as long as your yoga mat. The ends, at least of this one, there's different ones, have these little pockets that you can put on the end of your yoga mat so it doesn't move around. The bottom has these little nubby things, so it sticks to your yoga mat, and so again, the towel doesn't move around. And then you put it on there. So one, it feels really, really nice under my feet, like when I'm just doing, even when I'm standing up doing exercises or something like that. Two, because I can actually like put this in a washer and wash it. So I have some exercises where literally my face is in my yoga mat, and it's nice to know that I have something clean there. It keeps things clean. Yeah, of course, any kind of exercise, you might be sweating, so you're sweating on this towel, and then you just stick it in the washer. I probably should get multiple, but I actually don't sweat that, well, not all the time, but I don't actually sweat that much in my exercises, depending on the exercise. The outside walks, I do. But anyway, so it's just a nice, and there's multiple patterns, stuff like that. Of course, I'm looking for a cat one, just haven't found it yet, that I like. But yeah, basically a yoga towel, and this is the towel that you're gonna have to put on top of your yoga mat to catch your sweat and all that good stuff. So we'll link that one. I did get that one from Amazon. The rest of them we'll figure out something. I'm gonna look on Amazon. I'm gonna find the closest thing I can and stick it in there. Look on Amazon. Go to your local TJ Maxx. Hopefully yours has a bigger selection than mine. I know there's other ones like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, right? Yeah. We did recently have a Burlington. I don't know if they. I don't know. But any of those stores, usually you can get things, fairly cheaper. Amazon. There's a certain, of course, there's websites all over there, like specialized ones. I haven't tried any of those, but whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your budget, whatever suits your budget, whatever thickness you need. If you have bad knees, find better, more thickness. Get some puzzle mats, whatever, yoga mats and the accessories that go with them. You just want something that's going to make your exercising, especially, easier, because if you exercise and it's more painful than it should be, or not as easy as it should be, you're more likely to quit instead of continue. And so, like I said, in this case, most of these that I've gone are because of my knees. So it's because of my cats, but most of it's because of my knees. And now that I found the setup which works for me and my knees, it actually makes my exercises a whole lot easier, a lot more fun, and I can actually enjoy them. So yeah. And yoga mats aren't just for yoga. They're for stretching, they're for grounding, they're for breathing exercises. You sit there and breathing exercises. They're for your physical therapy routines, and they're for any moment that you may need a soft place to land, physically or mentally. If you're dealing with joint pain, balance issues, or just general my body is tired of existing, the right mat setup can make movement feel possible instead of painful. Professor Calico's official review. She steps on the mat. She kneads it twice. This is Professor Calico or my cat, Kagome. Anyway, and declares acceptable. The human may proceed. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, because if I'm dragging myself back here next week, you're coming with me. Progress counts even if you take tiny cat steps or only move when you feel like it. And if you're following along on this chaotic little wellness journey, might as well stick around.